This is a very, very exciting day. Matter of fact, Niall walked in and said, my God, you guys are overly enthused. Why are we overly enthused? Well, one is it's Friday.
Yes.
Yeah, we love Friday.
Two, Niall. I mean, this is a remarkable, probably one of the most memorable, or will be one of the most memorable days of your career.
Yep.
When the first solo album is birthed.
And you get to spend it with us.
Yes.
Thank you for choosing us.
Always a pleasure, never a chore. Yeah, I'm pretty happy.
Now, just to give people some perspective on this, when did you start working on your solo album? When was the first beat moment?
I wrote This Town in March or April last year. So from then on, really. Obviously, I stopped to do a bit of promo for that song towards the end of last year, but for the guts of a year, I've been working on it.
And were you nervous when you started? Were you nervous about it? Because you had tremendous fame and success with the group, but were you nervous?
Well, to be honest, at the start, there was no real plan for me to do anything. I was actually looking forward to just doing nothing.
Yeah.
And then obviously, me being me, got bored after about 4 minutes of sitting around doing nothing.
Yeah.
And ended up starting to write in general, and I felt like the songs that I was writing were coming quite like naturally to me and right up my street. If I was to like make an album, I knew what it was going to sound like. And
first came This Town, right? I'm doing this by memory. First came This Town, which did great, and then Slow Hands like took over the world. So you knew it was a good song and it started to be played, but when you realized what was happening, because that to me was like life-changing for you in terms of your solo career.
Yeah, well, as you said, This Town did well, and unexpectedly as well to me, because I was just kind of releasing a song to let people know that I was still actually doing something, as I said before. And then Slow Hands, you write a song, you don't realize, when you're writing it, you're like, yeah, we've got a good one here, but you don't realize like how good it is compared to what's in the charts at the moment.
Yeah.
And it is tough out there. So to come out with a song like that and be of that style and stand out that much really like shook me and shocked a few people, I think.
What about what kind of that song has to me specific influences just as an outsider, but for you, what influenced you to get to that place, because it is a unique sound for what's on the radio.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I wanted to make the album that was like full of all of my influences and stuff that I grew up on. And when I was coming towards the end of the album, like what I thought the end of the album was like Last Christmas or something, and I was thinking to myself, I'm missing something out of my influences. Yeah. So I started to think about like Don Henley in the early 80s when he left the Eagles, and it was like a funk rock kind of thing going on there with mad sounds and cool guitar riffs and stuff like that. And I was literally listening to him on the way to the studio that day.
That's so funny.
And I just started playing. Sat down at the piano and started playing that opening, like that bump, 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 bump. Yeah, that's how it started.
Wow.
And here we are.
And you've met him, right?
Yes, he's. I've become quite close to him over the years, which is crazy.
Come on, you've become quite close to Don Henley.
I don't even want to talk about it. It's just nuts. It's like
it's crazy.
I went to my first Eagles concert when I was 4 years old.
Really?
That's insane.
Wow.
So to be
4 years old
to have a chat with him is just amazing, and he's giving me like little bits of advice on
like
songs
a
here and
dad
there. Yeah, literally, yeah. And
did you ask him? Like, I'm trying to think of if I were around someone who were my influence in my business, there would be something I would think about before I got there to ask, to remember. Did you think about something?
Well, I just kind of, obviously you get down in front of someone like that, you just ask them all the questions that you want to know about, the Eagles and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, yeah.
And then there was just like stuff where I would write a song, and then I would kind of, if I felt like it was missing something or what I could add something to it, I would just kind of slide it over in an email to him, and he would, like in Slow Hands, he was telling me what we could do with the riff. And
really?
Yeah, and stuff like that. So it's pretty. It's pretty.
I mean, excuse me.
I'm gonna leave.
Subject line: Don Henley, can I run something by you?
Exactly.
That's so awesome.
That's so cool.
Subject line: Slow Hands. You'd be like, what the hell? What the hell is this?
This kid's a little aggressive.